Our first update reveals a dramatic escalation in South Australia's war on gangs, with new laws that could hit bikies and their street-level recruits harder than ever before. In a bold move, the state government has unveiled legislation designed to mirror its tough anti-bikie stance, this time targeting the new wave of youth-driven street gangs, many of whom are believed to have strong ties to outlaw motorcycle clubs. Once a group is formally declared a street gang, the police commissioner will have the authority to seek court-imposed control orders on individual members. These orders could prevent them from associating with specific people, entering certain locations, carrying more than a set amount of cash, or using mobile phones and other communication devices. It will also become a criminal offense to recruit members into these gangs, with a maximum penalty of 3 years in prison. Anyone who breaches a control order could face up to 5 years behind bars. This sweeping legislation comes as police continue to investigate groups such as 051, 092, and Killa Block Squad or KBS. According to reports, these street gangs maintain close links to bikie networks, often working as their breeding grounds. Authorities allege these gangs are involved in violent attacks, including stabbings, drive-by shootings, and public brawls, often acting as enforcers or foot soldiers for more established criminal syndicates. South Australia Police has also combined two long-standing gang units into a powerful new operation known as the Youth and Street Gangs Task Force. Our next update is from Queensland, where Australian authorities have dismantled a major money laundering operation accused of washing over $10 million in criminal proceeds. The complex scheme was uncovered following an 18-month investigation led by the Australian Federal Police's Criminal Assets Confiscation Task Force, working alongside Queensland Police, Australian Border Force, AUSTRAC, the Australian Criminal Intelligence Commission, and the Australian Taxation Office. 4 people have been charged, including a 32-year-old man from Heathwood who allegedly laundered $9.5 million through a fake sales promotions company. The investigation also targeted a Gold Coast security company whose 48-year-old director and 35-year-old general manager are accused of using the company's armoured cash transport service to disguise and move illicit funds. Authorities allege the company blended criminal money with legitimate cash, using a web of bank accounts, businesses, and cryptocurrency exchanges to hide the origins. A 58-year-old man from West End, linked to a classic car dealership, was also charged after allegedly laundering $6.4 million through multiple accounts and forged documents. Police executed 14 search warrants across Brisbane and the Gold Coast, seizing more than $21 million in suspected criminal assets including properties, vehicles, and crypto wallets. The network allegedly relied on dead drop locations around Australia, moving cash via air cargo to Queensland where it was picked up by couriers. Investigators say the security company acted as a front to launder money from across the country, feeding it through layered transactions before it was distributed in cryptocurrency and shell companies. Authorities believe the funds came from organized criminal activity, although no specific organized crime groups or bikie clubs have been named. AFP has not ruled out further arrests as the investigation continues. Our next update takes us to Willetton, in Western Australia, where police have raided a suspected Bandidos bikie clubhouse operating secretly in a commercial strip on Kembla Way. The operation was carried out on May 17 by WA Police's Gang Response Team and Tactical Response Group. It interrupted a planned gathering of patched members from across the country. Local residents were left shocked, with many only now connecting months of loud noises and strange activity to the club's presence. Mayor Patrick Hall, who attended the raid and is a former police officer, called the discovery a serious threat to community safety and said neither he, nor the city administration were aware the club had been operating in the area. Police seized illicit drugs and laid charges against 2 men, one for displaying club insignia in public and another for drug possession. A total of 137 people passed through a vehicle control point at the site, with several vehicles stopped and dispersal notices issued. This raid comes shortly after a rival Comancheros-linked individual was shot, highlighting the risk of club-related violence spilling into suburban streets. Authorities say the clubhouse had no signage and may have been operating covertly for some time. Investigations are now underway to determine whether any planning or building codes were breached. Our next update involves Rodney Phillips, a notorious member of the prisoner of war gang, who has been jailed again in Melbourne for drug possession and carrying a loaded firearm. Phillips was caught after a security guard spotted him taking items from a car in a women's refuge basement in St. Albans. Police found a loaded gun on him, along with prescription drugs, a knife, jewelry, and zip ties used as handcuffs. He was sentenced to 2 years and 9 months in prison and fined $400. Phillips has a long criminal history and suffers from PTSD due to previous prison time. He is infamous for a violent campaign in 2015 targeting the family of the late drug lord Carl Williams, including an attempted firebombing of Williams' ex-wife and father's homes. Phillips' co-offender in that campaign, Sam Leishchak, was shot dead in 2023. The Prisoners of War, a gang or POW, was reportedly founded inside Victoria's Barwon prison. The gang formed as a prison-based group mostly involving inmates with ties to violent crimes and organized crime. While there is no publicly confirmed single individual credited officially as the founder, the gang's early prominence rose through key figures such as Matthew Charles Johnson, known as the General, who became notorious for his involvement in high-profile crimes within Barwon prison. The gang's formation is linked to the prison environment and the consolidation of power by certain inmates, rather than a single founder like in typical street gangs or outlaw motorcycle clubs. Our next update will uncover a surprising and layered connection between the CFMEU and the family of a known Hells Angels bikie, shedding light on the union's sponsorship of his son, rising boxing star Jesse Bolt. The story dives deep into the union's controversial decision to continue supporting Jesse's career, despite being placed under administration amid serious allegations of corruption, links to organized crime, and associations with outlaw motorcycle clubs. Jesse Bolt fights under the name Tip Rat, and has been making waves in the boxing world with a string of dominant first-round knockouts. His explosive style and undefeated record have marked him as a genuine contender with world champion potential. But what makes his journey even more intriguing is the financial and promotional backing he received from the CFMEU during a period of extreme internal turmoil. The union's current administrator has been trying to clean house, pushing through much-needed reforms while simultaneously dealing with ongoing court battles and resistance from within. Over 270 officials were sacked when the CFMEU was placed into administration, signaling just how deep the issues ran. Among those under scrutiny is Victorian-based CFMEU figure Joel Shackleton, who is currently facing unrelated criminal charges, although he strongly denies any wrongdoing. At the same time, Jesse's father, Danny Bolt, a high-ranking member and sergeant-at-arms of the Hells Angels, has publicly distanced both himself and his son from the union. In a recent statement, Danny made it clear that they no longer have any affiliation with the CFMEU, and want nothing to do with it, moving forward. Despite the surrounding controversy, Jesse remains laser-focused on his boxing ambitions, determined to carve his own path and prove he belongs among the sport's elite. This story raises serious questions about the blurred lines between sport, unions, and criminal influence. Next up, Sydney, where a 38-year-old man is set to appear in Downing Centre local court over his alleged involvement in a US-based drug trafficking operation that smuggled 48 kilograms of drugs into Australia over 3 months. He faces 5 charges, including aiding the importation of a commercial quantity of drugs, dealing with proceeds of crime, unauthorized possession of pistols, and drug supply. If convicted, he could face life imprisonment. The arrest follows Operation Evandale, launched in December 2023 after authorities intercepted 24 drug-filled consignments from the US, containing 18 kilograms of meth and 30 kilograms of cocaine. Police allege the man tracked these shipments and was ready to collect them upon arrival. He is also accused of laundering $125,000 for 2 others. Arrested on the Gold Coast and extradited to New South Wales, police seized mobile phones and conducted searches at Condell Park and Podstow, recovering cash, cocaine, pistols, ammo, and balaclavas. AFP and ABF officials say this arrest highlights the serious consequences for anyone supporting organized crime and reaffirmed their commitment to stopping harmful drugs from entering the community. If you're looking for more thrilling and edgy bikie updates, don't hesitate, whack that subscribe button, spread and share the video, hit that like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. And for the true grid Spartans out there, consider sending a super thanks or buy us a coffee to show some love. Your support keeps us going and the channel thriving, especially since most of our videos aren't monetized due to all the crime-related content. Stay tuned, stay curious, stay awesome, and take care. Wu-Tang.